Today I'm making Johnny cake, Jamaica Johnny cake, or fried dumplings. What you'll need is some flour, salt, baking powder, and some sugar with water, because you have to mix that flour into a dough. And I'm also gonna put some fried plantain with this. Yes guys, so I'm adding the salt, baking powder, a little bit of sugar, and then you're gonna mix this until it makes into a dough. What you can do, if you don't want to use your hand, you can use a spoon to mix it around and also to form the dough, simply by adding water. Not too much, a little by a little, because if you put too much it's going to get too soft. You can use a spoon, mix it until it forms into dough, but I won't use a spoon. I'm going to use my hand. My hands are very clean, so that's what I'm going to use. So guys, so when you put the water in, you keep mixing up with your hand. Don't pour too much water, just use little by little. And try to get it to be soft, but not too soft, because if you do that, then when you're trying to form the dumpling, it won't do. Yes guys, so as you can see, I finished putting that together. So this is a perfect dough. What I mean is, if you find it's too soft, then just use a little more flour, sprinkle over it until it gets back to the right texture. This is neither hard or soft, this is just perfect. Yes guys, so what I'm gonna do is to take a small piece, about this amount, and I can use either your finger to do it like this, to form it in a small dumpling. Whichever way you can do it, it doesn't matter. Or you can probably try to probably roll it in your hand middle like this, roll it around, and then you press it a little. Any way you can do it, but I normally do it like this. Use my hand middle and my fingers to mold it around in a dough. Perfect. Guys, while you're making your small dumplings, you can make it into the size you want and fry it. It's gonna come out the same. And you can make it into smaller ones if you want. Just make it your way. As long as you get it to come to a dough, that was the hardest part. Then forming it, you can do it whichever way you want. Small, big, it doesn't matter. It's gonna come out the same way. As long as you can see, I'm still making the small dumplings. We're gonna make an amount that you can put them in the pot and they all fried at the same time. So it will take you a while to make them. Not really much, but you know. Guys, so as you see, I have a pot on the fire and it's heating. So what you can do to test if your oil is hot enough for the dumpling, because while frying dumplings, it cannot be too hot. That's gonna be a problem. They're gonna burn instant, or are too crispy, and that inside will not cook. So what you can do is test it. You can either use some of the flour to sizzle in it, to throw in the oil. If it sizzles, then it's hot. You know that I've said that in other videos. Or you can just use whatever you're frying to test it. For instance, I'm gonna use this dumpling to do like this. That's sizzling. That means it's ready for the dumplings, and it's not too hot. So I'm gonna put them in. When you're frying dumplings, make sure it's a wide enough pot can hold everything or most of them, and you can't let it And you can't put too much in there either. You have to leave space for them, because remember, they're going to rise, you know. You put them in at one level, but they're going to rise. This oil is the perfect oil. It's not too hot, it's just right. So I'm going to allow these to get golden brown. That's the color you're looking for. You want them to be golden brown on both sides. But when they're golden brown on both sides, what you can do is lower your heat. Take a cover, put over the pot, and let it stay there for a little while and steam. Not much, because fried dumplings are not that hard to do. It's not like chicken when you have to wait for a long time for it to cook. This is way easier. Alright, if you notice, this oil is just the right oil temperature. I'm going to turn it up just a little. Not much, just a little. These are not ready to turn on the other side. They're not done as yet. It's best to get them on a pretty golden brown kind of side. Then you turn them. So guys, as you see, they're rising. Look at how they are not the same as you put them in the oil. They are rising. And make sure when you're frying dumpling, you have to have enough oil in the pot. That's another thing. You have to put enough, because if you just put a little in the pot, but then they're not gonna rise and they're not gonna fry it good. It's just gonna suck up and you're not gonna get perfect fried dumplings. So what I can do is, these are on a golden brown path, so I can turn them around. You see how, you see the other side, you see it's golden brown? That's what you're looking for. Golden brown on both sides. So what I'm gonna do now is turn the oil, the heat down, because you don't want them to get golden brown too fast either, because that doesn't mean that they're ready. So I'm gonna turn this down a little. Then what I'm gonna do is, so I'm gonna take the cover and put over it. And because the heat is low, you're gonna find that you're gonna build up steam in there, so you will hear some droplets of water, but that's fine. That's all the better for you, because that will give you perfect dumplings, because the inside will get to cook, because all it needs is really steam to cook it properly. As I told you guys, you will hear droplets of water, and this is the sound you're gonna get, because there's water from the covering that's falling into the oil. That's okay. That's great. Now we're going to check on the dumplings and see how they are doing. Look at that, guys. You see how they rise? You see how beautiful they are? You can turn them back on the other side. You have to be careful you get burned, because you see the water was dripping off the pot, so even though you took off the cover, there's still some of that activity still in the oil. So make sure, take your time, turn them around, and keep a little distance from it, because you will burn your hands. So these are beautiful dumplings. What you can do a last time is cover the pot once more before you take them out. Cover it, let it steam for a little, maybe about a minute more, and then you take them out. So guys, look at this beautiful fried dumpling, nice golden brown. This is what you're looking for. And look at how they're not that small. I have some more that I'm gonna fry. I'm gonna show you. They're not the small dough that you had made. Look how small this is. It's not that anymore. And you see my hands, it has flour because I'm not finished it, so that's why it has flour. But I already washed it, you know, but since I have to touch them to put it in the pot, that's what happened. That's okay, that's fine. Look at how beautiful these are. And guys, whenever you're frying stuff, always make sure you have like paper towel, hand towel, put it in there, let it drain off excess oil. But as you notice, these doesn't really have much oil on it, because it was the right amount of oil that was frying them. That has a lot to do with it. When you put a little, it soaks up all that oil, but because this has the right amount, you don't really find oil on them. But you could put them on a paper towel and let it absorb most of what is left in them. Now I'm gonna do the rest, then I'm gonna come back and show you how I do my ripe plantains. And guys, this is another set that I put in, and as you know, you just repeat the process. If you're frying a lot for a lot of people, then repeat the same process. Do the same thing over and over. They're gonna come out the way you want them. When I finish, since I'm gonna fry the plantains, what I could do is I can fry it in the same oil, but not in this amount. What you can do is take the pot, pour some of the hot oil in a container, and put it back on the fire. Then you can fry your plantain in the same oil, because as you notice, this oil is clean. If it was something else you did, then you cannot use the same oil, but this oil is so clean, so you can use it for that purpose. Depends on what you're frying, but the plantain is perfect to go in this oil. Yes guys, and the dumplings are all done. In Jamaica we call these Johnny cake. What you can say, fried dumplings. They are all done, as you see, and look at that, beautiful golden brown. And they're soft. Let me show you. Really soft. You see how I touch it and it just open? It's really soft. It's not hard. If you fried it and it's hard, then that's a problem. It can't be hard. It has to be soft, nice. Even though it's golden brown, it should be real soft. Yes guys, so I'm going to show you something, alright. Remember I say you can fry the plantains in this oil? Yes guys, so as I was telling you, I'm showing you what happened. See, I tell you, you pour the oil in a container and all that flake will settle at the bottom, and then you can just pour the oil in the pot and it's all clean. So that's what I wanted to show you. And there it is. You didn't have to go and wash the pot or anything. See, it works out. This time you won't pour back all that oil in the pot though. You don't need so much oil to fry plantains. And you will need the oil to be hotter than when you was frying the Johnny cakes or the fried dumpling, because if you put the plantain in oil that is cold, it's gonna take a while to fry, and you know you want your plantain to be nice and golden brown. Even though it's gonna look yellow, but you can tell when it's nice and golden brown also. So guys, I have some plantain that I've cut already. I'm gonna test this to see how hot it is. If that's hot at the temperature that I need it to put. I've already gone and cut some. I'm gonna do a demonstration on how I did this. So even though the oil is hot, but you do not want it to get these to brown too fast either. So as you see that the oil is too hot, and like if you see it's burning them instant, turn it down and turn it on the other side. One of the reasons why I said you do not fry it in all that oil that the dumpling was fried in is because it's gonna take a while to fry. If you put it in that much oil, it's gonna be there for a while and it won't fry easy. Guys, and remember that this just catch color because the oil was too hot. It doesn't mean it's ready. So this side wasn't fried properly. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna turn them over so they can fry properly on that side. This side is well done because it was in the right temperature of the oil. That's a piece of plantain peel. Turn them over, let them soak a little bit. So give them about a minute and then you can take them out. This is beautiful plantain right here. These are perfectly fried. This is what you're looking for. You don't want them to burn too much and you don't want them to looking like right here, like they're not fried. So this is what you're looking for. Yes guys, so as I said, I would do a demonstration. I've already fried some because what happened, my battery had died, so I couldn't finish showing you what I was doing. So as you see, I have the plantain just like the green one. You cut the top, you make a slit to the side, cut the bottom, and you peel. This is easier to peel because it's ripe. As you know me, I don't like to do the original. Normally, when we cut in plantains, we cut it like this and try to cut it down in a straight line like this. No, I don't really like doing things. I don't like to do things that everybody does. So I'm gonna cut mine in style. So I will cut it like this in a slant. Look at that. And then I'll start cutting this way because I like to be different. I like to do things Myss Brown way. I don't like what everybody does. So that's it. The average is just always doing this. This is the norm, cutting it this way. So that's it, and now I'm going to go over to the pot. Guys, so this is a lovely Jamaican Johnny cake or fried dumpling, and here are the ripe plantains. This is the look you're looking for. Yep. And this is going with some Milo tea. It's always good to have some tea when you're eating these Johnny cakes. It doesn't matter what time of the day, tea best goes with this. Look at that. Look at the dumplings. Look at the plantain.